Alright.
So, where we left off, group of weirdos met in a tavern, as always. Sailed around a bit, fought some merfolk, caused some trouble in a port town, and all seemed jovial and well with the little mission to deliver the strange crystal to some mages far in the north in a continent far away that you guys may or may not have been to before or may not care. But some strange magical place. Most of you really only know that they're at war with the elves. That's about it. Nonetheless, taking the crystal to the mages, you left the town, the port town, after having caused some trouble, and began to sail towards the shipping lanes the captain told you guys about. Upon arriving, after a hard day and night's sailing, to try and get there quickly, try and maybe get a little time made up, not necessarily time being lost, but just, you know, stick with the whole speed thing. Get in to a place that's pretty safe so that there's no chance of pirates causing problems getting into the shipping lane so that you're protected by the military. Where you found a extremely dense fog, the deep roll of thunder in the distance as you slowly floated through the fog, of which you discovered eventually didn't sound a lot like thunder. And then you realized it was distant cannon fire of some kind, of which you guys still actually don't know where or what that was coming from. I actually just realized that. And upon seeing some debris in the water, per the orders of the captains, you kind of watch the water and make sure nothing was going to sneak up on you, or make sure you weren't going to hit any other ships. One came up from behind you on the left. The two ships tore into each other violently. The battle began, and just as it began, it got worse and a bit out of hand, as another ship came out of the fog and rammed into the front of the ship. A huge-ish, smaller than this ship, but huge-ish armored monster of a machine rammed into the side of the ship, and over the side, speaking of machine, came a automaton of which one of you recognized, the other knew the name of. One of you also recognized the ship, but you did not recognize the creature that followed the automaton, colloquially known as a beholder above table. Yeah, so the party fought a beholder. Didn't do that bad, actually. Tossed a robot over the side of the ship, fought a beholder, and then it got even more out of hand as the side of the ship exploded, and then revealed was Berwin Deravina. Lex knows this to be the first mate of his father's old ship. And the last time he saw him, he was very nice. And where we left off, the captain was calling you all into her quarters as this conflict has sort of subsided, as the ship that didn't ram you, the other ship, is now on an ice spike, and the other one has absconded and ran away. And the ship is listing pretty hard currently, with some dents and scrapes and explosions having happened on the front of it. And we pick up Reggie, Terragus, the captain, the Templar Sovereign, the Templar Sovereign, and a few others were walking with you all into the captain's quarters for some sort of discussion. She seemed upset. And she walks in front of you, and she goes and she walks around her desk, puts her boot on the chair and like kicks it over to the wall. And she leans over her desk with her hands on it, and she looks around at you all, and she looks at Terragus and Reggie. The Templar Sovereign comes up on her left and stands, and he just kind of crosses his arms, which I think I put an image in there a while back of what he looks like. If I need to put it back again, I can put it in there so you guys can see what he looks like. But his light-colored armor and bald head, very bald, with his slightly pointed half-elvish ears. Just kind of standing there looking around at you all. And the captain is like... She is in thought. And Reggie's just kind of like holding his mask on, which... As Lex noticed, he mentioned getting punched, and he seems to be holding it together. In some respect. It probably isn't doing very well considering what it got punched by. As she sits there silently, just kind of looking you guys over for a moment. Does anyone want to do anything? The tension is like off screen. Off screen, my hand in the air.
I've been in awkward situations, but I think this takes the cake.
I can't get a read on this room. Why did you call us in here if we're not gonna say a single word?
Reggie's just like,
I'm really nervous. I've gotten punched. My mask is broken. And I've been shot at. Twice.
Who hasn't?
he counts on one hand.
Yeah, twice. And I watched someone who was helping me do some cool stuff get carried away. Also, the crystal's gone. I might mention that. She had it on her.
I have a feeling.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's the...
And the captain actually, like, hearing that, she kind of... Alright, listen. What the fuck is going on?
How am I supposed to know?
I don't...
Oh, God.
There's a creature that levitates, floating over the side of my ship, shooting laser beams at my crew. Why is that happening? I thought this shit was just a crystal. What do you look
We
know?
joined after you got the crystal. How would we know?
I was only told of the job and that it contained a soul and it was a crystal. I wasn't told anything more than that. I'm not from here. Listen, I was doing runs for the Kinjanese. I was doing blockade runs through the Pontethans. That's all I was doing. That's why I have a fucking katana. I'm not from here. What the fuck is going on?
I'm assuming they didn't tell you whose soul was in the crystal.
I know it's the fucking Witch King of the Howling Dominion, whatever the fuck that means. Whoever that is, I don't know. I heard of him. I heard he was bad. It was earlier, like a year ago, or whatever it was. I know it was bad, but what the fuck is going on? I don't understand. Can I trust you? Can I trust you lot? Terragus, you. Can I trust you? I don't know what the fuck's going on. You froze. I've never seen one of you freeze before. I've met a couple of you before, and you didn't know it, but I knew it.
Well, that's
What?
awkward.
What just happened? The Templar Sovereign actually speaks for the first time that any one of you have actually heard, and he just kind of, his arms crossed, looking around at you all. And he's like fixated on Revian. Kind of leans forward a little bit and he goes, "You have wind powers, yes?
Yes.
What god do you follow?"
I actually don't.
Huh.
I grew up on a mountain with my mother.
What was your mother's name?
My mother's name. I had to freaking get the steel.
Interesting.
Like she's just silent in the corner, avoiding mentioning the fact that he has control over farm with Wayne.
It's a name I
That
haven't
is
heard in a
relevant
long
now.
time.
Where did you hear that name?
I don't know if that's a story for right now.
Well, it's a story you're going to tell me one way or the other soon. Because that involves my mother. She passed. And I'm trying to find the ones responsible. They poisoned her.
I know. I know.
You know.
Ask me again later. When we solve this, ask me again. I know. Just not now. Don't remind me. But I think I have a larger understanding of what is happening here. Captain, we can trust them. Revian, what I will tell you now is that I did know your mother, and I am the Templar Sovereign of Edligan. We do not have a temple. We worship a little bit different, in that we wander the world and protect. Explore freely. Some of us are poets. Some of us do not carry a sword. But he gains his power from one that I know, whether he knows it or not. But they can be trusted, Captain. Not to worry. She just kind of... Okay. What do we know? What the fuck? Start talking. Somebody's got to know something. Speak. She actually pulls a chair over and she sits down and says, let's make a plan. There's also other ships out there that we might, if we can, help. I don't know. The fog hasn't cleared yet. If it does, we'll help. But I need to know what you know.
I know that we need to get the ship either in reasonable order to move or be ready to withstand another attack if they come back.
I don't
They
know if...
came for something specific. They probably won't immediately come back for us. They would
agree.
send somebody else to finish.
Yeah, then we probably should get the boat in working order so we can get on their ass then.
If we want that crystal back, we've got to go as soon as possible.
Yeah, we need to figure out a way to get. Maybe we can talk to one of the other ships and see if we can like hitch a ride with them. See if we can figure out how to get the crystal back.
Ship's still floating. We need to fix all the holes up top before it's go haywire.
And the massive one left by that ram underneath.
No, yeah, we need to fix the boat, but I figure we also might see if another ship that's in more working order, we could get with them and get after the boat so they don't get too much of a lead.
We have a ship on a ice spike nearby if we need supplies to rebuild our own.
That
We
is
have to be
true.
quick though. Oh,
Possible.
Are you talking about using
I'm
the
not sure
ship
how
that
long
has
the
been
ice will last.
impaled?
parts of it.
Oh, it's like through the
Repair
top.
our own.
Oh,
I just
using
meant
it to...
wood.
Okay, I got you. You're talking about using
Repair our
parts of
own.
it to repair. Gotcha. I thought you were talking
We
about
have
hopping on the
excess
boat. I was like,
wood
what?
right
Oh.
fucking there.
Theoretically speaking, I can fill the gap in the ship temporarily with ice until we make it to somewhere where we
That
can dig
icebergs
through.
float. we can make it work.
I could literally make a ship out of ice or some crap like that.
Give us the.
Can you clear the water out from under the ship? Out of the cargo bay? Because it's going to be flooded. Quite badly.
Lex just goes down to the cargo bay. I got it.
Don't leave yet. I need you.
Aw,
You
man.
know something, you little shit. Start
Who
talking.
says?
Because you've been squirmy and hiding in the back. Only people hiding shit hide in the back. What do you know?
That depends on what you want to know.
Just spill. What can
What
you
am
tell
I
us?
spilling?
Everything is on the table here. We need information. I don't know who the fuck that was.
Neither do
Where
I.
did that ship come from?
I recognized the ship because it was my father's. However, the man I recognized as the first mate of said ship, but he is not himself anymore and clearly isn't acting like it.
Talking
Oh.
about the Weeping Man?
Indeed, I am.
The Weeping Man.
Oh.
Oh boy. What have
Yeah,
we
that
got
dude-
ourselves into?
He shot a something that me and Manus took him down almost.
Also, for some reason, that robot was active, and through like my entire time growing up, that thing never moved once.
My
That is also
Voithos can
problematic.
shed some light on the rogue automaton, and I kind of like point over at Voithos to let him kind of like take the floor and explain Megalo and his origin.
Yes, well, okay, so my old master, he constructed this old bot. He was constructing things to help hunt down pirates. Somebody by the
That's
name of
ironic.
Captain Tralig.
Lex, that rings a bell.
Captain Tralig. He was quite a scourge on the seas. I believe it was the ship, the Sparrow, that they were after. It was deadly. They lost the first battle, of which he went on a revenge spree, trying to build bots and got in with some pirate hunters and searched for years and years for this ship again. And when they found them, they were sunk again, taking the captain's life in the process. But the new captain was appointed, of course, if you would imagine, but our ship was unrecognizable as a ship, and the master was lost at sea, aware of which I was also lost at sea, and many of the golems and other bots that he had constructed were also destroyed. So that is where I believe Megalo comes in, I think.
Oh, I remember those days. My father was teaching me how to fire a cannon.
Okay, so for you, I will have to completely 100% confirm the timelines. There's a few notes that I would have to go through, but for you, Lex,
Yeah, that
this
actually
would
does
have
make
been...
sense. Was I alive then, or was I not?
No, this was before you were born, but
That makes sense.
You heard about it. You heard
'Cause I
about
did
it.
hear, but... Well, he was explaining it to me while he was teaching me how to fire.
Your father
That-
used to
that's
talk about Captain Tralig a lot. He was very inspirational, but crotchety, and he was older. But he knew how to sail a ship in the finest of ways, because, as you can tell from years and years of sailing, they were never sunk or brought down, and eventually this ship was gradually armored more and more, and became more and more infamous, and then your father never really specified, but, you know, the fire stuff eventually came along as well, that you know about. I won't go further than that, but eventually that came around as well. And, yeah. That's about the extent of what you remember about Captain Tralig. And then, of course, Berwin was always there. He was, you know,
that makes sense.
he was always a crewmate, and then eventually when your captain went up, he went up with him, because your father and him were mates on the ship. And, mates isn't friends, but everybody, you know, everybody moves up when there's a vacancy.
Thank you, Voithos.
Of course, sir.
And he kind of, like, rolls back to your side.
Guys, I don't think I don't know what to do. How can I help? Do you know what I can do? This is a little...
Dude, I didn't even know what I could do.
I would say I'm a little small
What's
for
the
this, but
first step?
Jug is standing next to me.
I think some of us should work on assessing the damage of the ship,
Okay.
and then some of us should try and contact one of the, like, a nearby ship if we have one that's friendly, if there are any nearby.
Okay. I'm gonna fix my mask because it's falling apart.
Does anybody else need healing? I can also go around and try and provide some healing while we're taking a minute to recoup.
I'll let my body do its thing. I'm gonna help trying to pull up the
What the hell?
dang
Hold on a
mask.
second.
I'll be fine.
Is it Gandalf? Did he do something again?
I'm assuming it's Gandalf.
Gandalf was
What if-
sitting there going, "You shall not play."
You shall
What?
not.
What if one day we see Gandalf for a split
Sorry,
second, runs
fucking.
away, and then
That actually
entire
wasn't the
snow
cat
comes
that
down?
time. It was the dog. She was
Oh.
asleep on the blanket sitting underneath the cat tree. And she likes to make her bed. And she was grabbing it and pulling the blanket, not realizing that she was moving the cat tree, which is next to a little teepee tent thing. Gavin, you know what I'm talking about. You guys got it for Jessley. But
Oh, yeah.
It sits in here, and we get it out from time to time because it stays in here. So we can pull it out from behind the cat tree, open it up. And the cat tree moved, making the teepee fall over, and it was just like a fucking catastrophe on the other side of the room. Anyways, where were we? You guys were planning.
So should
So
I
nobody
go
needed
prevent
healing?
the flooding in the
No,
deck?
I'm good.
'Cause
If
that-
you're
that's
doing
bad.
healing, give it out to the crew. They're gonna need it. If we're
Alright,
doing
I'll
more
focus on
fighting,
that
if
then.
we're repairing, whatever we're doing, because I still hear a cannon fighter out there. I couldn't see, which is a problem. Tergus, speak something. It just
Oh, I
do
had a
not,
crazy idea.
that monster is. It is beyond me, unfortunately. I don't. He did chuckles of like nerves for him. He's like, I froze. What was
Lex.
that? Does anyone know what that was?
No idea.
is
Can
it
I go
be taken
prevent the
out?
deck from flooding now?
I don't remember who did the check on it when it first showed up and actually rolled well.
Lex couldn't remember what it, but like he knew like some details of it. He's seen drawings of creatures like that, but he's never actually heard what they're called or anything like that. He just knows of it. That's basically
I-
all you guys got out of it.
Can I take another use from my pile of books to try and roll again to try explain it to Terragus? Maybe ease his nerves a bit.
If you're gonna, mark off a use of your books, and I'll say that I'll give you that one for free, since you're using a resource. Yeah. So you gather essentially that it's creature of many names, comes from, as Lex has, if he says it or not, comes from very far away, far out beyond even like beyond the astral plane, beyond the outer planes. It's from this place called the Far Realm. It's what is considered the borders of reality, essentially. And as I said, they have many names. Some people call them eye tyrants. Some people call them beholders. Some people call them this. Some people call them that. It just depends on who, where, and when. And they're horrible creatures. Horrible, cruel creatures. And they typically are the ones in charge. They don't necessarily take orders very well. They don't work together very well, certainly. But this one was taking orders.
I have nothing to say on that part, but when we are ready, I could probably try and move some of the fog away with wind. I'm not sure how effective it will be, though, on such a large scale.
That will definitely work. I hope.
I was about to say, if everybody's ready, I guess we can break away and start helping with the ship, because I'm assuming we're going to repair the ship and try and catch them to get the crystal back.
Yeah, because once we get it repaired, I can speed us up quite a bit. As
I was
we've
thinking
found out
either
over the last
that-
couple of days.
I was thinking either that, or if Lex wanted to try and make an ice boat to try and catch them quicker while the crew stayed behind, we could like man a little ice dinghy.
That could work, but actually I could just shove the water out of the lower deck and we could get moving already.
Yeah, whatever works.
There's gonna be a lot of supplies that need to be carried. And that mast is probably still gonna need to be pulled up.
Theoretically speaking, if I shove the water at the lower of the deck, I can plug up all the holes with ice for the time being, at least until they're fixed, so that this ship actually stays afloat and doesn't sink.
Using the water from under deck, that way you don't have to immediately pull it out and ice it over.
Exactly.
To get to a dock or a port.
Or at least just to give us
Alright.
time to repair some of it.
And once we do get to a dock, money to repair the ship won't be a problem because I can just pull it out of the ground.
What about? We'd have money on that cowl or whatever.
Where'd Jack go?
Everyone looks at Jack like,
Jack's not there.
But
Looks
he's
for
not
Jack.
there,
Look
obviously.
for Jack.
He
Everyone-
disappeared somewhere between like that last volley, all of them rushing off of the ship back onto the Sparrow, and all of that. Somewhere in between there, he disappeared after helping Manus get back up.
well, he was acting pretty weird around the crystal when we first saw it. You don't think he... Nah.
I'm
Did
not
that
sure.
could have been anyway?
Could he have been influenced? Try
I guess
looking into it.
we can look for him around the ship while we're all doing our things. See if we find him.
That's the best plan we got right now.
All right.
Just about.
I will go heal the crew then.
All right, let's
Mast
get
and
to it then.
Supplies.
And I leave to get all the water out of the lower deck.
Yes, fix my ship. Please. And you, screwy one, get back up in the fucking crow's nest, and you go fix your mask. That would be awkward. Go. All right. Who's doing what, when, where, and how, and why?
I'm
First
in
step,
the
pull up
deck
the
fixing the
map.
water issue.
All right.
Well, let's
You,
take
you
care of the
reminded
water
me of Spy
situation.
Kids.
Let me switch.
I can also test if I could turn it into wine, because apparently I can do that, according to my sheet.
Let me switch the mappies for now.
He's
I'm
like,
intrigued.
he's like, did somebody say wine?
All right, there we go.
Say why?
I see you have a refined taste.
Ship, my favorite.
Ship wine,
Ship wine.
nicely aged in a destroyed wooden ship.
All right, so who wants to start? So I know Manus is healing the crew, which you kind of can do for free, basically.
Yeah. If you want me to, I can roll to see while I'm doing that to see if I can find Jack. See if he's like hiding on the ship while I'm.
Yeah,
if
sure.
I need medical attention.
Sure, I'll say you can like ask around and then also look yourself as well.
Yeah.
I'll give you the options of like you can do charisma or wisdom if you like.
I'll roll wisdom.
Okay, we'll make it a discern realities then. Maybe you can get some extra information out of it.
I rolled a 19 plus 5. That's
A million. All right, so ask me 3 questions from the discern realities list.
let me. Can you send me the link to that list again?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I didn't open that one. Got that saved to my favorites. I never forgot to open something.
There we go.
Cool, thank you.
Oh, wrong fucking button.
Give it a second. It might take a second to load. It's a little slow.
Okay.
Nope, that's the wrong button.
Share this tab. What are you talking about? Ah, whatever.
What here is not what it appears to be. What should I be on the lookout for? And what here is useful or valuable to me?
I'll combine them all into one, and I'll say, you, after healing around and also going around the ship, you find a few of the crew members that had manned that deck area where those cannons were, and then ran off whenever Megalo came over and killed a couple of them. That at the end of that fight, they actually caught a glimpse of him after Manus got up. He bolted over the side and headed towards that ship. They didn't really get much more than that, but they did see him jump over the side out to try and get aboard their ship. After Manus got up from being dropped unconscious. After you dropped from being unconscious. But they didn't see anything else.
Not looking good for. Not so far, at least. It's not looking too good for Jack. Looking awfully suspicious.
That's definitely not good.
That is an interesting fidget you got there, my friend.
Indeed it is. And it's quiet. I love it. Yeah, that's pretty much all you can get from the crew, is that he jumped over the side. Alright, who's next? Who's up? Who else is doing what when? Jug, are you pulling the mast
The
up?
water. I
head to the lower deck and like use my ability to shove the water out of the lower deck.
Okay, go ahead and roll mastery. Pick your tags and stuff.
Here we go. Dang it, I need my dice.
Jug and
roll.
Revian, be thinking about what you're gonna do, and we'll see what we come to in a second.
I even forgot to open up Owlbear. What am I doing?
Sea monster.
Sea monster.
Where is he?
But all I could really do is start trying to prep together the winds, because I'm not a strong fellow. I wouldn't be able to help with the mast much.
Why I offered to heal and look for Jack.
That is a 12.
Uh, 12, alright. Hang on, I'm sorry, I'm trying to pick the correct window. Okay, so mixed success, sir. Choose a complication, so 2 and 1 or 3 and 2.
2 and 1.
2 and 1, okay.
I pick. Okay, 2 and 1. Oh boy. Screw it, I'll take the damage. I use strong and forceful because I'm forcing the water out of the ship through the hole in the side.
Well, forceful is a damage tag.
Ah, forceful's a damage tag, I see. So that would be, in this case, strong and...
So you could do... Oh wait, no, it is forceful. I didn't even see it. I literally... My brain did not process that word until just now. It literally was like it just in front of my eyes. Okay, yeah, so strong and forceful, that works. So strong and forceful, final answer?
Yeah.
Who wants to be a millionaire? Okay.
Brennan.
So... Forgot about that. So what does this look like as you start forcing the water out?
He just kind of pushes his hands forward in a shoving motion, and the water just kind of pushes itself out of the side of the ship.
Water bending.
Literally.
Literally.
All right, yeah. So you
Wave my
start
hand and
pushing the water out from underneath the ship. We'll come back to you in just a second, and we'll see where we're at. Who else is doing what? Revian, Jug, what are you guys doing?
I am
Right.
pulling up the mast that fell
Alright.
over. If they hadn't pulled it up yet, I'd come over to finish the job.
Go ahead and make a completely useless strength roll because you probably don't even need to make it, but do it anyways.
I literally, I will only fail if I roll a nat 1.
Exactly.
I got a 17 plus 9. So what's that, 26?
It said
I
a million.
I one-hand it.
So
He gives it a quick
Jug
tug
walks
and it just
over,
spits up.
sees that both sets of the crew are struggling. There's like 2 different groups pulling on ropes kind of close to each other, and you walk over, you grab one, you grab the other, and just and just like start watching the mast and like set up in place. There's this horrible sound of like strain and like additional breakage from lifting it up, which is of course necessary and unfortunate, but it's got to be pulled up. As the mast sits a little wonky, but it's up again. And it's there, and some of the carpenters and the bosun, of which I know their name.
right.
Hang on. I have it open, so I might as well tell you. Their name, where are they? There it is, Kaitora, the young Eladrin female. Yeah. So the younger female Eladrin, she comes over and she brings some of the other crew that usually work with her, and they begin like hammering away, putting up boards, putting up braces and things all around it to try and brace it back up and repair it to some semblance of being useful. And that repair has begun. Revian, what are you doing?
About the only thing I could think to do would be to try and sit there and focus on my wind powers, because I'm planning sometime very soon, when they tell me they're ready, to try and blow away the fog.
Okay.
And I am not sure if that requires a roll or anything.
Um,
I'm not sure what to call that.
let's take a look. There's a couple of things we could use for that, I think. So... So Wall of Wind isn't a bad one. Bluster isn't bad. I
I don't think Bluster would be wide enough.
Not necessarily, but this is more of like a skill challenge sort of thing that we're doing here, rather than focusing on like specific spell effect on strange fog. Because it is fog. Fog blows away pretty easily.
Yeah.
As long as there's a sharp wind. Didn't do that on purpose, but hey. So, I think, yeah, maybe like Wall of Wind or something would work.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your cast spell, and we'll see where we're at. And Manus, I'll come back around to you to see what you've got going on in just a second. So be thinking of maybe the next sort of thing that you're doing.
14.
14, all right. Cast a spell without any issue. Describe what it is that you do. How do you begin this process of clearing out the fog?
Honestly, the first thing that comes to mind is Aang airbending. Trying to gather up the wind to put trying to gather the wind into a small area to kind of force it to expand rapidly and push away the fog all around us in like a circle motion.
Okay, so you're just kind of making this... Oh, so where are you standing to do this? I'm not even looking at the map, but narratively, where are you standing to do this, do you think?
Best spot I could think of would be the crow's nest, less likely to cause damage to the rest of the ship.
So Revian's up in the crow's nest doing this sort of Bagua stance, air hand motions of similar to Aang, as you all definitely begin to notice the wind picks up, and it begins to circulate. You can feel this sort of wind picking up in a circular motion around the ship, and you can feel the area begin to expand out a little bit. And you have begun the process of like clearing this out. Manus, what else are you going to try and do here, do you think? Any particular plan?
Oh, have I done just about all I can do healing wise?
Yeah, as quick as you're able to do it now with your mastery over it that you have, you're able to heal everyone up pretty quickly. The injuries weren't too incredibly bad. It was mostly minor injuries or just straight up death from the starboard quarter of the starboard bow of the ship area, where a lot of people had been affected by both the entrance of Berwyn, as you find out, exploding the side of the ship out, which was additional to the ship being rammed and why it was so violent. You find dead or minor injuries, and you're able to heal them up pretty well. The rest is minor injuries from splinters and this and that, from the below decks area on the gun decks and stuff like that. But you're able to heal everybody up pretty effectively. Do you have anything else that you would like to do specifically, or just general assistance to the crew?
Can I go back to finishing the last few bits of my gadgets and things like that, so I'll be ready for the next fight and have like all my new gadgets that we talked about available?
Yeah, of course. With the additional sounds of some hammering behind you from Kaitora, she's working away with the rest of the crew. The crew doing some carpentry work on the mast there. We'll go back to Lex. Lex, let's do. Let's see. Do you want to do another mastery to maybe try and keep clearing this out, or do you want to start maybe a freezing process? What are you thinking you're doing here? Because you're really pushing the water out here, but I'm kind of leaving it to you where you want to stop and start freezing over, or what your full plan is.
I'd say I'd push all the water out first and use some of what's left over, at least a little bit, to
So
freeze
are you-
the hole shut.
So let me clarify. Are you freezing over the outside so they can work on the carpentry from the inside, or are you freezing over the inside so they can work on it from the outside? Because the upper
I'm
part
doing
won't
it so they
matter
can work
because
on it
that's...
from the. I'm doing it so they can work on it from the inside, because it would be easier than having to freaking put a boat in there and freaking get on
Okay.
the outside end.
So go ahead and roll. Yeah, I'll say go ahead and roll another mastery. Might as well, because this will probably be different. Yeah, it's because this would be like transmutation, so this would be different. So go ahead and roll another mastery, and we'll see what we get there.
And pray.
And there was an additional thought that was following along with that, and it's somewhere over there. Go ahead and roll.
14.
14. Okay. So the mixed success. So 2 and 1 or 3 and 2.
2 on 1. Alright, let me see.
Manus is probably visiting you every now and then to heal you up, by the way.
He's probably giving you
Yeah.
a pat on the back every now and then.
Sees him with a nosebleed, wipes.
Or at least once you come back up.
Transmute.
Every time he walks by, I just
and-
like pat him on the back.
Yeah, because he would be down below decks. He's like in the very bottom of the ship right now.
Yep. I would say transmute and long lasting.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. And which
And-
complication did you choose?
Yeah, I'll take a D4 damage. Let's go.
Sapping away at the
a
soul.
2. That's a 2.
All right. Yeah, so you're able to freeze it over, and it's pretty spot on, pretty good. You haven't blocked anything. They would be able to put nails through it, work on it as much as they need to. Everything that needs to be done will be able to be done. All they'll have to do is drop everything down below deck through some of the openings and make their repairs. All right. Who were we at last? We were at Jug. Jug's helping pull up. Jug, do you want to do anything else in this here? What's your next thing you're gonna do?
I guess if there's any supplies that need to be moved around, get what needs to go where. Maybe like they need shit to go to where the hole is. People trying to repair it.
Okay.
Grab as
So
many
are we
materials as
taking
they can.
pieces of the impaled ship? Is that a thing that we're actually doing, or what's the plan with that?
That's a good question. Are we doing that?
Because I know it was briefly discussed, but I don't know if you decided if you're doing it or not. Because if
Nobody
you
commented
decided to
on
do
that.
that, she would have had some of the crew get together to go over and start pulling pieces off that would be needed.
I would have said, yeah, we probably would have had her start doing that. That way we didn't use up all of our supplies in case we needed them later, since we have
Okay.
a ready supply of wood right now.
That's the most immediate, like, needs to be carried sort of thing going on. Do you join them for that?
Oh yeah, grab his...
Okay. I'll just have you, fuck it, roll another strength roll. Why not? Because it totally matters at this point. He'll definitely fail.
Oh my god. All right, I got an 11.
He got a 2. He got
All right.
a 2.
I rolled a 2.
It must be a little bit of that fatigue going on because you're feeling kind of tired and a little wore
I got
out.
a burst of wind to pull up the mast. And then
But
it
you're,
just, whoa.
yeah, you're a little
rests while
tired,
in the
but
captain's quarters.
you're able to help out, and you guys grab quite a bit of good wood, and are able to bring it over pretty successfully.
Good wood.
I would roll something for them, but you're there, and you have your strength is 1,000,000. So I mean, anything that they would have needed help with is just like, oh, thanks. It's like,
Add
this
to
is
the
a little bit.
pile.
Oh, never mind. It's just all made easier by the small, super strong possum. And you guys are able to bring over some very useful wood. Next, we will go to Revian, who is continuing to clear out the fog. Do you want to roll again? Let's do it.
That is a 20.
Very nice. All right.
Not a nat, but 20.
Full success. Dirty 20. Full success. Nonetheless, so you get to pick one of your tags there.
The effect is increased.
Effect is increased. Absolutely it is. You continue and you start to feel that connection come back. Something about the absence of whatever was going on, and you feel the wind again reconnecting to it. Something about this eerie fog. Something mystical about it, but now it's beginning to dissipate. And you feel your connection to the wind returning as it continues to spin up and really begins to just open up this huge area. And realizing that this was kind of a local fog. This wasn't a huge, enormous area. It was sort of a border, like a bit of an area to kind of make it obscured to people coming from one direction in a bit of a wider direction. Not really like... it doesn't really go very far forward. It's more this way. And it begins to clear out, and you can see where it was. And you were revealed to a bit of an extreme horror of... Who would recognize this? Lex would recognize, but he's under the ship, so that's irrelevant. Manus, I think, if you're on deck, you would recognize Pontethan ships that are being...
I'm working under deck right now, so I
Working under deck, okay. So he's tinkering. You see a plethora of ships. You see some that look kind of like galley-ish, but they're like big, more modern forms of galley, which some of you would be familiar with the Pontethan ships. These are Pontethan ships, the ones that typically guard the shipping lanes here in the Sarabi, at least in certain areas. And the other ships... Something... Lex isn't on deck, so there's nobody to recognize him right now. But there's some ships. They've got, like, some uniformity to them. They look pretty uniform. Their sails are black.
Me or Revian do a roll. I've been on the sea a bit. Maybe
Go for it.
like,
Make a roll. Roll,
Intelligence?
we'll just call this a spout lore. Yeah, intelligence.
That is a
Plus-
small cat.
Oh, he's a kitten. He's not full grown yet.
Oh, 12.
Not bad for Jug, for old Jug boy.
Not dumb, but not.
Did Revian also roll, or are you just letting him?
I
or are you
rolled
just
an
dealing with him?
11.
An 11. Oh,
That's
okay.
I
So
rolled an 11.
interesting, but not useful. This is a Navy fleet. There's like you're kind of like for Revian, you're focused on something else. You're like those are.
11's a mixed success.
Let me not tell you wrong. Hang on. Let me go to my notes really quick since I can do that now.
I wrote it down. 1 to 10 fell, 11, 18 mixed success, 19
Where
plus
is it?
success.
You know these are the Ozels, but you don't remember where that comes from. You just know this is the Ozel Navy fleet. You at least remember that much. And then, but for Revian, for Jug, same pretty much. But you're just like, why do I know that? Who the hell is that? Why are the Ozels here? Also, who the fuck are they? It's kind of one of those.
Why? I'm just like squinting. What?
But if you guys remember the Corsair ships from Return of the King, like black sails, kind of low, like weird Latin sort of junk rigged sails, sitting low in the water, very swift, low and swift sort of ships, and then of course the Pontethan galleys, of which they look like galleys, but they're more modernized versions of them where they're like multiple decks and they've got cannons and stuff on them, but they also have like, instead of on deck cannons, they have like big arbalists that like shoot flaming arrows. And there's a lot of the Ozel ships, and there's only a few of the Pontethan ships, and it's going down right now. There's like cannon fire everywhere. It's just like absolute just fucking this shit going on everywhere. Just fucking
Fucking them up.
eruption battle fucking insanity. Yeah, they're throwing down pretty hard right now.
Captain, we might need to make a hard left. And there's a Pontethans are fighting Ozels.
I'd say
Theoretically,
those of you that
found
know
what it
who these
was.
people are might know the motivations and what the fuck is going on, but all you can remember is who's what.
Isn't Terragus in the crow's nest? Wouldn't he know?
Terragus is in the crow's nest. Do you ask him? I'll get you with. I'll really get him with that one. Do you ask him?
Sure. Terragus, who are they, and do you need to tell the captain about them?
That is indeed that is a fucking problem. Those are the Ozels, and they are from Valianis. They are the mercenary army people for hire, except they're not army, they're navy. They don't have any political alignment, which means they are after the Pontethans, which means they were hired to assail them. Captain! Captain! He's like calling out to the captain. He's like, they're Ozas! They're fighting the Pontethans. They're taking over the shipping lanes. I may be in league with that ship. I don't know.
That cat is so confused.
Yeah, he's just chilling, man. This is my boy. Don't bite, man. I'm getting him to where he's sweet now.
If I held my cat like that for a prolonged amount of time, she'd freaking kill me.
Yeah, he's getting calmer and sweeter.
Ours is weird. I have to lay mine on her back while holding her and rub her belly like a dog.
I've never had a cat that likes his belly rubbed. He barely likes
Neither
being
had I.
pet, but he's learning to like it.
My cat used to like her belly being rubbed. Now if you touch it, you die.
It's like a bear trap.
Yeah,
so,
except it closes, and you can't get it off.
so we've done everybody twice, I think now, right? And then of course you guys have seen the ships. So the ship is frozen under or outside under deck. Manus is continuing his tinkering, which you've already made your roll for that. So shit, I had you roll for that. I don't remember what I. It's irrelevant at this point. It's only like a day or two, anyways, that was left on something. I'll say once we hit the next day, so tomorrow, essentially, I'll say that all your inventions are finished. I don't remember what we rolled, because I had you roll a d4, but I don't remember what we rolled, which is not super important. So I'll say you're still tinkering and you're finishing up what you were working on. Because that may have been for the bot, though, but...
Yeah, it was for the bot, and then I
Okay.
was changing up like the flavoring and how some of my gadgets worked, so we just kind of tied it all together.
Okay. So yeah, you're finishing up some tinkering, which will be done probably fully completed by tomorrow. Jug has gathered some wood, which is of course being brought down, and some of it's being used to repair the mast. Some of it's being used to bring under deck, and they're beginning the process of making pieces to repair. Fortunately, there were some of the giant braces that go under the ship that were still intact, so they're able to cut full pieces out of it to reinforce and repair that spot and brace up, fix the hole under the deck, so that gets fixed. However, there is still the giant hole in this area where the ship has been blown out for like 3 decks, basically. Yeah, it's a pretty wide area that's been blown out, but yeah, this area here is in some rough shape. There's you can see basically straight down from standing about where Jug is at, you can see Reggie's table, which is is interesting. And yeah, so that's repaired. Revian is clearing out the fog, which is done now. The ships have been seen. There's an enormous battle going on currently. And what are we all doing now? What's the next step?
Can I sit and start fixing up my sword again?
Absolutely. I don't remember what you rolled last time. I know I said that I wasn't really going to worry about rolls because you rolled, I think, pretty well. So I'll say, yeah, I remember. I said that I was going to have, it's now more of an investment of time rather than specifically worrying about the roll every time. So just putting in another session of improving the blade, reworking the inner structure, working it towards being unbreakable. And so you've begun that process. We are tinkering. The ship is being repaired. Anybody else?
I would probably have asked the captain if she thought we were seaworthy enough to keep moving with the ice blocking that hole, because we probably want to get away from the battling ships.
Well, we're missing parts of the front. I don't know. If we're able, if you want to be, we are seaworthy, but I don't know about ready for battle. I mean, I leave that to your judgment. With your freakish powers and shit that you've got amongst the rest of you. But, I reluctantly leave that up to your lot's judgment. If you think we can, if we want to take a fight and help them, if we want to fuck off and chase that ship, what do you think? And also, where is Lex? Can we even catch it? Because I don't know how fast it is.
That is a good question. I might be able to ask the spirits to which direction they went, though.
That is a good idea, I was going to say.
But I could possibly aid with the wind thing and make us go faster still.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I would say if I was doing wind, you would try and help with the water, keep the water from slowing us down.
Yeah.
Between those two, that would probably speed us up a bit more than what I was doing on my own, or what wind alone could do.
I don't know, if we pushed literally all of the mass with the crap ton of wind, this thing would move like it didn't have friction.
Yes, but also it might fuck up the front, because depending on the wind distribution, it might tilt us forward, and we got a big ass hole in the front.
Yep. Yeah, point.
We don't want that.
Peering into the future,
yeah,
they're going to start taking some of that spare wood that they grabbed, and they'll start building out. But it's going to take a few days before, like maybe more than that, to fix that giant fucking area missing in the ship. But
Yeah.
they have stuff to try and start repairing some of it, giving it at least some structure and whatnot to parts that are important. The concern would be the area down by, as I said, where you can see Reggie's table. That would be the spot that's concerning. Mainly.
Yeah, because it's 3 levels down. 2 or 3 levels
Which
down.
is more of like this little kind of U shape at the bottom, where it's not entirely like... It's a little bit not as wide as the more exploded out part up above it.
Yeah.
It looks like the explosion was sent kind of in an upward motion of some sort, which you can imagine was one of the weird things that he probably did in that quick little bout you had with him. That little experience you had there.
Probably similar to what he threw at you, basically. I hate to say it for the Pontethans' sake, but I don't think we're going to be able to help them in their ship battle. I don't think we can repair this quick enough to do that.
I was thinking the same thing.
So I think we should try and leave before they start coming after us.
Manus,
Yeah, I think we need.
Manus, roll a spout lore. Just it's plus intelligence. This is for funsies. You guys are making your own decision. It's totally up to you. This is to see if you would know what I'm thinking.
The guys
So
that were like,
20 plus. That's a 20 with modifiers.
Okay. They've got it. They're fine. Whatever this was, we'll say, a little bit of time has gone past, and you've come up and seen the Ozils and the fact that they're fighting the Pontethans. They probably hired the Ozils. Yeah, and as well as Lex seeing this too. Between the two of you, you guys can tell everybody that, oh yeah, the Ozils were definitely hired by that crew that you just experienced to fight the Pontethans and cause problems. Because the Pontethans usually patrol here and keep track of the shipping lanes. So it's definitely, they were definitely hired. And the Pontethans have got it. They're fine. This whole thing was just sort of like a make a ruckus so that there's a opportunity available. Just a really expensive distraction, essentially.
Pontethans were the guys on that one island that freaking just did not like non-humans, right?
Yeah, they're a bit xenophobic. They are real bad about that.
They also
he's-
like plants too much.
I wouldn't have helped these guys anyway. What? Give them ship fire and then have them fine us on the line? Nah. Let's get out of here. Find the direction we're supposed to go, Revian.
I'm gonna grab some wood and jump down to the Reggie's table and start helping repair.
Alright, so you jump down, scare the shit out of Reggie, whom of which is like in the middle of repairing his mask as he quickly scrambles and puts it up to his face, and he goes, "What the hell? What? Jesus, you scared me."
We're fixing the ship and we're getting out of here.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'll be turned around. Fix your mask or whatever.
Okay. That's cool.
I turn around.
The cat is returned.
He's retaliating for something.
Consume him, Gandalf.
No, stop
Finish
it.
him off.
He thought you
Stop.
were playing hide and seek when you were
Where's the
covering your
fucking
face.
spray bottle? I'm
You
scared.
shall not pass.
Spit on
You
him.
shall not pass.
Ow, don't bite. How many times do I have to tell you not to bite?
Gandalf
it a while ago.
devour.
When I
That
said
was him
you shall
biting
not
me. I don't know
play.
if you saw that.
Bite.
Why are you
Make the
biting me?
kittens Bite even more.
He's got
You
the
need
taste.
something?
He
What if your
hungers.
fingers touch?
Yes,
He wants
taste
something, but I don't know what.
Food, maybe?
Usually
I
he
don't
comes
know.
up here and he wants attention, but right now he's like being weird.
Do you give him treats?
Not really.
Okay, then it would be that, because our cat will get our attention and go walk over and stand by the treats.
I wonder. Did mommy hide your fish? I wonder if she hid the fish. Well, I don't know where she put it, and you'll have to give me a little bit, and I'll go find it for you. Okay, thank you for the licks. He's being nice right now. I think he just wanted to say hi. Hey, don't bite! Stop biting! No airplane ears. Put the airplane ears away. Go away.
Yeah, I've been having to fight my cats off this entire session too.
Okay.
Mine is laying quietly beside me asleep.
He'll
Thankfully, my
get that
brother
way eventually
watches
because
my
when
cat,
so when me, Kyle, and Colton sit and we play games and shit like on Friday nights and stuff, he's usually like right here in front, like right in front of me, away from my mouse and keyboard, and it's whatever. He curls up in a ball and goes to sleep. It's really cute actually. But he's like, I don't know, he's like a little cracked out tonight. I don't know what it is. Anyways, so what was the plan? What are we doing?
Trying to using the spirits of the wind to figure out which direction they went.
Okay, so you're specifically doing it, Revian, correct? Yours isn't a roll.
Yeah.
Okay. Reaching out. What do you do? What's this process look like? What are you doing? What are you asking?
I'm focusing on the wind like I was to prep my wind wall for the fog, but instead of trying to condense it, I am trying to spread my senses through it and requests of the spirits to help me find our quarry.
So opening up to
Ship
the
just ran.
opening up to the wind, you feel that warm welcome. Not warm as in like temperature-wise, but warm as in merry. Like it's happy to be connected to you again, and you can feel it pulling you. It's pulling to kind of eastward and then south. You can feel it's trying to tell you that they're going somewhere. They're going to go around the island of Kamidras, which is where Birdfast is on. Here, I'll change the map out so we can see what I'm talking about. I forgot I have that in here now. Let's open that. Tell me if it loads, because I know this is one that we had trouble with last time.
There, on mine.
It's fine
anyway.
for me.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. It was having trouble last time.
Yeah, I can see it. We're good.
Okay. So the ship is about here. If everybody wants to scroll
Yep,
in and
I
zoom
got it.
in. So
Zoom
we're
in
about
to it.
right here, right now. The
Alright.
wind is essentially telling you, hang on, I got a little token for pirate ships and stuff, that it's going to essentially go this sort of direction. It feels like that. It feels like it's telling you it's going to try and head that way. It's pretty much what you gather for now.
And I would have relayed that to the captain
Okay.
and everybody else.
All right, we'll adjust course. We're leaving these guys here to handle this. They've got it. We're cool with
They
that?
look like they're fine from up here.
And yeah, the Ozil's ships are way more numerous, but the Pontethans are prepared for this sort of shit. Like I said, they have these big fucking arbalists on the top of their ships. At least 2 up on like the bows of them that shoot fucking flaming ballista bolts. So they're fine. They've got it.
Big ass hole through the ship, and it goes
They're
bye bye.
You can see where Manus gets his love of like firearms,
Yeah, you
big
definitely.
guns, and
Yeah,
cannons.
you can see the siege interest there. It's like, yeah, they're fine. They got it. The Ozils are good at what they do. If they wanted to win, they would have came with much more of a problem. But those problems are not here. So, yeah, they're good. Yeah, Pontethans are fine. So she turns you guys eastward, and you begin sailing. Now what?
If the sails will hold it, I'll put some wind behind them.
Oh, why is this so loud? Everything's so loud. Alright, so go ahead and make your roll.
Should I roll to assist him with the water?
Absolutely.
Let's see, that would be... Yeah, that'd be mastery, wouldn't it?
Yes, that would be mastery.
21.
Doing water mastery here. 21, absolutely. Two and none, or... What is it? 2 and none, or 3 and 1? Yeah, there it is. Mnemonic devices, they're super useful. Love them.
Yes.
I got 24.
24, absolutely, yeah. I'm not even going to ask any questions. You're good. I know what you're picking.
I'm gonna say strong and forceful.
Okay.
And then, like, make the water push us.
So you're essentially, the flow of where the ship is going to go, you're just essentially creating a channel and just making it fucking haul ass. So you guys are really moving. You're moving really fast. It's like a brig
We
in
put
Sea of
nitrous
Thieves.
on a pirate ship.
It's like a brig in Sea of Thieves. It moves at an absolutely unrealistic speed. It just like you guys are moving.
Before I have to do that again, I would probably try and to redo my spell slot. My mana.
Ah, somebody running low on mana, huh?
Finally, I'm down to like 4 or 5.
Okay. Yeah, so spending some mana. I'll say give me a number of hours and the number of mana that you want to spend doing this.
Go with 4
Okay.
for both.
What would be fair? Okay, so 4 on that. So I'm spending 4 mana, so 4 hours. Let's do, because you rolled really, really high. I'll say between these 4 hours, pick 2 complications. Pick two different ones.
in this for?
This is just from like continuous usage of your power.
Let's see.
2d4 damage. Never mind.
He's got somebody that can heal him up between.
Yeah, I could choose to take damage twice, or I can make myself drained, which means I have to rest for about an hour.
I will also say, I just read, I actually did not see this until just now for this entire campaign. There is a section on the bottom of this move where it says maintaining an unnatural effect imposes a cumulative -1 to roll on elemental mastery until you dismiss the effect. Not referring to anything that you've done before, but referring to this specifically. So I'll say you could take... You could probably take a... We'll say one of them can be a -1 if you like. And then whatever else that you want to be. It's up to you. Whatever you want to take for
I
this.
think I'll just take damage twice, probably.
Damage twice? Okay.
Just tire him out. He just feels extreme exhaustion, pretty much.
Okay. And Manus is out and about and also tinkering occasionally, so you'd probably be able to go and like get some
Alright,
healing assistance there, since he can just touch people and make them feel better.
Jesus, that I am almost dead. That was 6 damage. I am on 4 HP.
Oh shit!
Jesus
Hey,
Christ.
at least it wasn't 8. Damn, yeah, that all sucks.
Going for the narrative
Whatever.
interest
Just-
rather than just taking the cop-out -1. Alright, I love it. Okay. Well, unfortunate news, this was in the morning that this happened, so we do have to make a encounter roll.
Play some
Did I
Melee.
have time to do my mana in between that? Because I did roll for that just in case you went ahead and let me do it.
I will say, yeah. I'd say, yeah, you definitely... Because I'll let the 4 hours play out, and I'll say that this kind of happens in a time when you guys are resting from using your powers and your magic. Yeah, okay, so whoever would like to, you may roll... Hang on. Finding my encounter thing. There it is. Okay. Somebody roll a d20 and tell me what it lands on. No modifiers, nothing, just roll a flat d20.
I'll
17.
roll. I haven't. Nope, nope.
17?
Got it.
All is well. Day of sailing passes with no problems. I'll say... I'll let you guys do this. On the map, I'll let you guys move the boat around, give you a little interaction here. Move the boat. You guys are hauling ass. I would say at base, it would be like three squares. You guys are making the boat haul ass every day and every opportunity that you're able to. I'll say an hour of rest, and you guys are probably able to go back up and start on this again. Of course, Lex, you're a bit hindered considering damage and hurt. So your break is probably a little bit longer, but you're able to help some more. And I'll say, before you guys are really tired out from fighting, blowing wind, repairing the ship, blah, 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 most of the day has passed now. And later in the evening, somebody pick... Move the ship 5 squares. I was going to do 3 at base. We'll say it's 5, because you guys are hauling ass. Whoever wants to.
I got it.
Does that work for everybody?
Are we making a curve around this island? Is that the plan?
Yes, because that's where he was. That's where they were. The wind told me that they were
Okay.
going this direction.
You guys are working with the Navigator James on this as well. He's the funky, funny guy who... You'll also notice that he wasn't really present in the fight. He kind of hid out. He's not really a combatant. He's more of a... he just is a kind of a map guy. That's really his thing. Definitely a
Onboard
few avoided
cartographer.
conversation. Yeah, he definitely dodged some conversations about things that are not interesting at all, which is like how ballasts work. I don't know what else. Some like how cranes are able to lift so much weight.
How much water it'd take before the ship sinks?
Exactly. Just different things that are just like, as he's explaining it, you can feel yourself going to sleep. And you're just like, anyways, through multiple conversations. Yeah, but you guys work with him and figure out your course as you go along. All right, so that is the day of battle, and all of that has finally ended. 3-session day. Okay, so
I mean, we had a 5-session day before.
we did, didn't we?
4 or 5.
Yeah, that's true. Did we? I don't remember.
Yeah, it was, and I can actually, let me look at my notes.
I said, which one was it? I can't remember. I'm curious which one that was. I can't even
Was that
remember.
the Star Wars campaign?
Was
I
it?
don't think it was it?
Well, that was 2 sessions, wasn't it?
Was it?
I think that was the Star. I think the Star Wars one, the Smuggler's Run, was two part.
Yeah,
Wasn't
that,
it?
that,
Was it
that
just
was literally 2, yeah.
I don't remember.
If we were talking about a single day that had multiple sessions on, I meant like this.
We did 2 or 3 in Birdfest.
Oh yeah, that's true. We did it several days in a row there.
4,
Yeah.
4, 3 or 4.
It was
5,
4.
5. I started writing notes in session coordinating, so session parts in that area.
Okay.
Ends at 7.
So does somebody else want to roll for the next day?
And more than likely, we healed up. So
Yes.
everybody remember
yes. Good
Oh,
point.
okay.
Everybody heals up. You get your rests. So you take, before you write it down, you take equal to, so whatever half of your maximum health is, whatever your max HP is, half of that is what you gain back.
I literally was at half health.
So if your health is 19, you gain back, I'll say 9. Yeah.
I was missing 3 HP, so I'm good.
I was at half health at 17, so I gained 17 back.
You were getting real close to a pounding there, but he kept rolling shit on damage. You were so close to getting fucked up.
I got
I
really.
dodged the aging I-beam or whatever it was.
That was oh god, which one was that?
Hey,
Yeah,
That was fuck, what's it called? Hang on, let me look. That was the I think it was
you said they decayed. The thing decayed. Whatever it hit did.
yeah, that was the death ray.
Disintegrated decay.
That was the death ray.
Yeah.
Yeah, good on you on that one because that one would have fucking hurt. That's the bad one. I had to tweak
noticed
it,
a pattern. I
but
cast magic weapon, and then I have a few really good rolls, and I really think it's just Thalos fucking out for me. Ooh,
all right.
I
So
rolled a
who wants to
5.
roll? You rolled 5.
Yeah.
Ooh.
For the day.
Oh
All right.
Oh no.
no. DM smiling in the corner.
Let's mark
I
that.
can smile if you like. I'll let it loose. Okay.
All right.
Roll a d6.
3.
All of us?
A 3. Okay.
I got a
so,
2.
So what are we all doing on the ship today? Are we just doing, directing the current and then wind in the sails and all of that?
That was mainly what I was planning to do.
Yeah,
I'm helping
Okay.
prepare that hole still. I'm like
Manus,
working on.
you managed to actually finish up your tinkering about noontime. You finish up your
Do you
tinkering.
want me to describe what my new set of gadgets and
Absolutely.
small army
Please
of
do.
robots looks like? All right, cool. So instead of the normal big cannon you guys normally see, Manus just has a big gauntlet on his left hand. You can see the remnants of the heat ray that he used to have is sitting on the side.
but the magnetic core that made up the cannon now kind of rests in the palm of that gauntlet.
I can't wait.
Interesting.
And there's a new robot walking up behind him, but instead of this one, well, let me see what this one does exactly.
That's your warrior or another one?
It's there's the warrior priest, that was the first one, and the second one is a warrior and a protector. So instead of looking like a priest, it has like more shield. It looks more like a guardian.
Oh, this map isn't accurate. Fuck. That's okay. There's a misspelling on the island of Recall down in the south there. It's Dunhalland. Dunhalland. Keep that in mind. Just a little minor thing. I changed the name of it. That's why it's misspelled.
Oh yeah, I don't have any armor on anymore. I had like protective clothing. I just kind of have some robes on, but there's like this holy shimmer to them that kind of gives it like this protected look. Like I have holy protection.
All right. Showing off some of your new inventions. Kind of like a sort of lunchtime sort of break here.
Introducing everyone to my new bots.
Absolutely.
Jug's down there still like he'll every so often go back get wood, keep jumping on Reggie's desk and repairing, and sees this new bot. He's like, hey, you're making a god blessed army there. How many does that make now? 3?
3 and growing, my friend. And with how many enemies we have, I feel like that's a smart decision.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having a fucking robot army following us.
A couple of extra people to help. Or
Yeah, that'll do the trick. Won't get taken out in one shot.
All
You
right.
also disassembled your cannon.
Manus flexes his gauntlet when Jug says that, and like the same magnetic power like pushes in it. And he's like, same power, different function. You will see, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
did you turn into Garp?
No spoilers. Can't wait to see what you do on the battlefield.
All right. Hanging out, having a little bit of a lunch moment there. There's a concerning thud that happens. A big and looking around, you notice that Imdeth, the cook, the dark elf over there at the stove, he seems to be tasting something and he stops. And he puts the spoon back in the pot. He looks around a little bit. He picks up the lid and he puts it on the top. And he looks at you guys and he goes, I would probably go up there.
I'm already halfway to the stairs.
Oh god damn it!
Yep. Well, yeah.
Lex is
We're
on
gonna
his
kick something's ass
way.
for interrupting our meal. Damn it, I'm hungry.
He actually grabs a couple of clips and clips the lid onto the pot and scoots it to a burner further back on the stove. And he lays this board across the stove that keeps it from sloshing back and forth. He's got a whole thing worked out to where he won't lose whatever he's making in that particular moment. He's got it worked out. He's got a system going.
I was really ready for today's stew, and
Yeah, he's just up on deck with you. I don't.
Lex is like, I was supposed to make wine.
I'm not. I can't join you, but the captain might want to see you. I'm not a fighter. So going up on deck, there's a little bit of a liveliness going on. Let me find the thing. There's a lot of movement, lots of shouting, people talking, trying to get things figured out. Lots of people glancing over the sides of the ship and whatnot. The captain's shouting orders, Lemmick's shouting orders. What do you guys do?
Trying to find out where the noise came from.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Who wants to roll a discern realities?
What is that? What is the modifier for
It's
that?
wisdom.
Oh, I'll go for it then. Grab the Jesus Christ! I rolled a 3.
Guts.
That would be a 9.
No idea.
No clue.
Yeah, you guys.
Anybody else turn?
I'm a bit too hungry to pay attention.
I'm not the most wise, but I'll join in.
Go ahead. We'll call this the second attempt, the second and final
swear-
attempt.
I swear.
Oh,
it
you
does
should've
roll
let me
higher
know.
than me.
Hey, can I pass my turn?
So wait, what's going on?
I rolled for the hell of it, and that's why I said that because of what it turned out to be.
Fuck. All right, dude. I got +2. Let's do this.
I'm holding out. Let's see.
I'm looking exactly where Lex is, so we don't see anything.
Oh
We just
boy.
both look at the same direction.
Damn
like,
it.
That's a nice ocean.
So you guys see Lex and
They're not
Jug
as, like,
glancing
beautiful.
over. You see them glancing over this, like, kind of the same area of the ship. They're a few feet apart, but like they're glancing over, like concerned. And you guys, you see something like a concerning lump down in the water below the ship. And you guys also see this as you come over to the side of the ship. And Manus, you look at this and you go, "That's just a coral reef that's really shallow, floating by." And that's when the ship kind of lurches to one side and then kind of sways back and forth. And a horrific crab creature is crawling over the side of the ship.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to where to go. There it
Dear
is.
guides, what?
And Lex looks and he's like,
Someone
Lex
give
is
me a
like,
cannonball.
yeah.
I got this.
And Lex is like, hey boys, I think we just found dinner for the next week.
I wouldn't mind some crab. Crack my knuckles.
And just he makes guns out of water and he's like,
Let's see. I'm trying to find anything sort of sea creature-ish in this, but I don't see anything. Fuck.
casual crab
Aw.
enjoy.
I can give you a ocean monster. It's not a crab though.
It's like a lobster monster thing. Don't worry about it. I'll just do. We'll do this. This'll work.
Nice.
No.
That was one
I'll
of
say
the
it's
ones I was
about,
looking
about
at.
like that. About like that.
By the way, I think 4 HP is the lowest I've ever gotten.
So you guys are kind of looking in this area over here, looking over the side of the ship, trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. And the ship lurches to the other direction, and crawling up the side of the ship, you see the crew scatter. They fucking bolt. They're like, "What the fuck is that? What the hell?" And a
I
couple of
want
them
to
are.
cook it.
A couple of them like run past you, and they're getting out of the way. A couple of them pull out pistols, and they're like, "What the fuck?" Roll initiative, gentlemen. We're going in.
Oh great!
I am
There's now my cat's in the room.
fucking running at this thing.
Remember, we're doing like Pathfinder initiative for this, so you can roll plus wisdom if you're just gonna throw a roll out, or you can try and do something specific, and we'll figure out what you need to roll.
I'm about to fucking drop kick this thing. I'm gonna roll strength.
All right, sounds good.
So you're telling me you jump off the ship and drop?
I rolled a. Alright, that's 20 for me.
This is the Sunsetting Dungeon World campaign. I'm not worried about like super technicalities with the initiative thing. It's just to help get us in order. I'll ask you guys in just a second what you guys rolled while I adjust the music.
I want to spend a charge to use my new gauntlet to fly up with the jug and punch it as well.
Oh, hell
Okay.
yeah.
Grandpa.
Double Detroit smash.
So can I roll intelligence with that?
Absolutely.
that for me or
Wait.
What about you, Revian? What are you gonna try and do here?
Use quick step to using my intelligence.
Can I roll
Absolutely.
kinetic arts?
Roll plus intelligence.
Let's
I got a
see.
15.
What's that, Lex? Did you say something and I didn't hear you?
Kinetic arts.
Kinetic arts. What does that use? Wisdom?
Yes. I'm
Yeah, just
gonna
roll. Yeah, just roll plus wisdom. Then this would be
It's
just
just my
a
hack
general.
and slash, but for my
Yeah.
element.
This is just essentially getting what you guys are, what
Ooh.
the turn order is going to be.
18.
Very good. Okay.
I rolled a 15 with modifiers.
Okay, hang on. So we'll start at the top. I'm going to do the old the mat way. 25 to 20
Wait, hang on.
Oh, 20. I got a 20.
Let me roll for this guy before I forget. What's his shit? Let me see. He's shit. Not good. Okay, so what? 25 to 20?
20.
Okay.
And I had
Jug
18.
going first. 19 to 15.
15.
15.
Okay, so Manus.
Roll off. Who goes first?
I was gonna say, yeah, you gotta do rollies. I started right, but you can either go by dex, whoever's got the higher dex, or you can do rollies.
Okay, so
Well, my dex is only +2, but I
My deck
rolled
is
a 3.
Let me roll
Oh,
real quick.
rollies
I rolled
then.
a 3.
I rolled an
Blue,
18.
roll off.
Okay, so
okay,
Manus.
so what's the order?
So Manus and then Revian. All right, so 14 to 10.
I had 18. So
Wasn't that all of us already?
Wait, did we get everybody? No, I don't have. Wait, what's Lex at? Did I miss yours?
18.
18.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I was like,
There
wait,
we go.
wasn't that all of us?
I think I don't know. I guess I didn't hear him.
So
Okay.
I guess I
so
go second and
Bum,
then
bum, bum.
after me then?
and then
You go second after me.
Doug,
yeah.
Lick, Manus, me. And whoever else of the crew that you're including in on that.
I'll allow one person if you want to try and roll and figure out what this is. Do we want Terragus or Reggie involved in this fight? I'll ask since this is more of an encounter rather than like a narrative type situation.
Out of yeah.
We got
Okay.
Revian for air support. Me and Man is about to charge the thing.
Yeah.
You can use in the back too.
All right, so we're leaving Terragus and Reggie out of it.
They can rest.
Okay.
Eric is still on Overwatch.
Yeah, he's watching. He's got his. He actually picks up a rifle that he's been keeping up there with him, and he's aiming it down. He might take a shot eventually at some point. All right. So first up is Jug.
All right. I was planning on using it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna use Unstoppable Force and just charge at this thing.
Hell yeah.
$18 plus 9. 27.
Okay. Hang on just a second. Alright, so you rolled 27 on Unstoppable Force. Alright. So full success. Imagine that. You smash it with no problems. Anything in your way takes damage. So go ahead and roll your damage, sir.
I think that potion I wore off, so I'm going
Oh
to
yeah,
do it.
yeah.
I
You're
do it
a few
again.
days out from that now. That wore off. Probably most of the way through yesterday. Probably shortly after the fights and stuff.
And I think after the whole fight with the
Yeah.
ice,
And
tyrant, I like that.
yeah. And you haven't. It's only been most of a day or part of a day here, so you haven't quite probably taken time to go down with Reggie yet, considering the ship is being repaired and all of that, like you guys had talked about before. Okay, so roll your damage, friend.
And I don't have my gauntlets activated, but I do have all my attacks do have message. That's an extra D4. Is that how we do message?
Yeah, Messy is a D4 extra.
If I activated my gauntlets, they have plus 1d4 message. Would that give me more messy, or is that just canceled out? Asking for clarification.
Wait, say that again?
So those gauntlets I have,
Yeah.
when I activate them, they give me plus 1d4.
Yeah, so when you activate them, they give you the 1d4 Messy, yeah.
I have mimic natural.
You have what? You're kind of quiet.
I have messy like all the time. All my attacks have messy now.
think
Okay.
he was wondering if he activated the gauntlets.
Oh,
would it
you've
be
got it
two
from your
D4 messy?
from your move, don't you? Your new one.
Yeah, I have a move that gives me messy.
Very cool. Very cool.
I don't
I
have
think
the
you should-
gauntlets activated, but I'm just curious if the gauntlet's activated. Is that an
I
additional
will-
D4 or not?
I'm going to bump you up. I'll call Messy 2 and I'll make it a D6. How about that?
If you've got it active.
Considering that things already scale in this game. Well, piercing scales in this game. So I'll say it scales up a die since you're at Messy 2.
Messy 2 is. I'll just write one when I have the gauntlet.
Well, yeah, when you have the gauntlets activated, excuse me, yeah. When you have the gauntlets activated, it'll be Messy 2 and it'll be a D6. But when it's 1, it'll be a D4.
Alright, I just want a clarification, but
Okay,
I am just
yeah.
gonna roll normal. I
I'll,
don't have them activated right
I'll
now.
get that down in a note eventually, and I'll keep track of that as well.
Actually, I don't know. Can I activate them before I hit this thing, or should I have done that before? Mid punch, just.
I allowed everybody else to try and kind of do something to prepare, so I'll say yeah. I'll say you can activate your gauntlets. I'll give that to you.
Take it.
So
Plus
Messy
1d6,
2 is active.
And plus 2, yeah, plus 1d6, and then plus 2 ignore armor.
Beat the shit out of it.
11.
11 flat.
Yeah, 11 total.
And
he
what's
said two,
the,
two ignore armor?
And 2 ignore armor. Ability of the gauntlets.
Gee, it ignores armor twice?
It just says plus 2, so I assume like plus 2 piercing, but.
Wow, okay. All right.
Yeah, I just see this thing crawl over the side. I'm like, okay, yeah, let's see if we can throw this thing in a fucking pot, and then I just scramble at it past all these people, and then just jump at it like I'm about to do a superhero pose, but at its face. Ooh.
Nope. Let's do that. Okay. So yeah, you rear back and knock the. Well, first, of course, you have to move closer to it, but you take your unrelenting, unstoppable force. Almost said immovable or unrelenting force or something. I don't know what I was about to say. Unstoppable force, and you run and charge into this thing, and how do I want to make this happen? Does your full movement stop at the creature? Let's see, that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so yeah, so you're good.
He is 30 feet away from it.
Okay, yeah, so you would stop at the creature. So you would be here. Alright, so yeah, you hit it and it fucking... It's just huge claws and fucking, like, giant lobster body monster thing. Did I say that it's somebody, like, one person can roll to see if they figure out what this is? What was that roll? Did anybody roll it?
I don't think
I didn't roll.
I don't think anyone rolled it.
Yeah, just one person if you want to. Just take a quick intelligence roll. See if you can figure out what it is.
9 plus 5, 14.
14? It's like a chul. That is what you're pretty sure you've heard it called before. Chul.
Let me try that again. Let me get the actual GIF.
Alright. Yeah, it's a chul. Giant lobster monster thingy. Yucky gross. Pretty gnarly though. They have a lot of armor. They can take a punch. Alright, so Jug has hit this thing pretty fucking hard. Next up is Lex. What do you want to do?
I'm going to roll kinetic arts.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
20. Ho ho ho.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, kinetic arts. So select a range and then select a regular tag.
Okay, so where is it from me right now? radius?
It is 40 feet from you currently.
Alright, so what's my movement again? Just so I can...
It's 6 squares, 30 feet.
That's better. Okay, so did my movement, 6 squares. Alright. Screw it. Okay, from that range, that would be about... wouldn't that be... Would that be near, or would that be far for this?
Far is like past like...
Far is within like 30 or 60 feet or something. Or no, far is like over 60.
Yeah, far is like 60 to 120 feet.
So that would be near that minute.
Yeah, this would be near.
Alright, so near, and I pick... A tag. I can't pick multiple. That's fine.
Yeah, it's 1.
Piercing. Piercing 2, actually. Wow, that's full-on piercing 2.
Yes, it is. All right, piercing 2. Roll your damage, sir.
Alright, damage is a 6. Didn't I
Correct.
upgrade... What? Did I upgrade my damage die with an ability? Let me see.
I don't know, actually. I'm not sure.
Elements, does it have my stuff actually?
I don't think so.
No. Yeah, alright, I'm fine. Yeah, alright, roll my d6. Give me something good. 4.
4. All right, very nice, very nice. Describe what happens. What does this look like?
Lex makes literal revolvers in his hands out of ice and just fires them both at the freaking cat.
All right.
Quick draw McGraw over here.
Okay, next up. So yeah, it takes the hit. Doesn't look happy at all. Next up is Manus. What are you doing?
Intelligence to prep my gauntlet.
Mm-hmm.
And would you let me spend a charge to use like the magnetic part of the gauntlet to like fly up to it and just punch it? Or, like,
A little bit
roll to do
closer.
that
I
at
think if
least?
you got closer, yeah. If you got
Yeah,
a little
I'll-
bit closer and then activate it, yeah.
Yeah, I'll spend as much movement as I can to get up close enough to do it.
Okay. And
Like
you,
I'm running up I'll run up with Jug.
yeah, you're only 40 feet away, so you can definitely get within range of like being able to do this. So where do you move to? You've got 30 feet.
We'll go right about right here, I think.
Okay. Go ahead and
Yeah.
roll.
Alright, and I
Add your
roll-
intelligence.
$17.
17. All right. Go ahead and I don't remember. You don't have any drawbacks or anything like that, right? Because what would this actually be?
It would be
So this would probably be, I think, hack and slash really, because you're still getting in. You're just pulling yourself to it to do damage by meleeing.
yeah,
it.
I spent a charge.
Okay.
I'm using it to hack and slash, so I just roll
Alright.
with intelligence.
Yeah. So you roll with intelligence to do hack and slash. So go ahead and roll damage.
Right? 7. And it has force though.
7. Very nice. I'll say pick a direction that you send it. We'll say 5 feet with your forceful.
Oh shit, I forgot I had.
Forgot about that.
I'm just gonna send it. Can I just send it down the stairs?
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll say it's not even in a square right now. I'll say it's in this square, and you move it. Or actually, I'll say it's in that square, so it goes further down the stairs for you. I'll say it goes in this square or this square. Which do you think?
Let's say the one closer to the edge of the ship.
Okay, so right there. All right. Next up is Revian after the crack of thunder from the magnetic gauntlet punching across the armored hide of this this deep sea creature. Revian, what would you like
Wait,
to
I
do?
forgot to add damage to because of the my robot's helping me. How many can?
Oh,
aid
that's
me?
right. So
Would just one hireling be able to aid me, or would it be able to? Would two be able to?
I don't actually know how that works. I would say they'd all be able to help you technically. I don't think it
Right.
would.
So that would add +4 to the damage.
Plus
That's
4.
7.
Woof. Jeez. Please.
So they
Right.
they run up with me and start beating it up too.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay. So yeah, it's taking some fucking battering. All right. Yeah, Revian is up next. Revian, what would you like to do?
I would probably move up to about right here, make sure I have a good view of it, and then I'm gonna do my new thing. Oh wait, first question: is this an air-breathing creature?
No.
So that would my new move probably wouldn't do anything to it, would it?
Probably not. Considering
Then I'd
that
probably just throw a lance at it.
All right. Roll your cast a spell, sir. 14. Very nice. All right. Which spell are you casting? Arrow Lance. Never mind. Roll your damage.
5. Completely ignores armor.
Absolutely. Yeah. This arrow lance comes between you all, and just kind of, or past Manus, it kind of clears across you, Manus. You feel this gust of wind, like very sharp, and it doesn't strike across the hide. It actually goes into it and like actually hits it. It seems to wound it pretty badly. Ow, elbow popped. All right. So next up is the Chul. It is going to, let's see, let me look at its stuff. He's not super complex. Okay, so he's gonna go 1, 2. He's gonna run up to you, and he's gonna throw a claw. 7 is 12. That's just a regular hit. And that is a... Let's see.
Are you attacking me?
4. Yes, he's attacking you currently. And you take 4, 5. 5 damage with 3 piercing. So it ignores
Actually?
up to 3 armor.
Actually? Your puny weapons
actually.
cannot harm me.
All right, and that's a con roll, correct?
On roll, yes.
Okay, go for it.
18 plus 6, 24.
Absolutely, yeah. You just like the claw, you just, I don't know, anime cross arms, and it just kind of glances off your armored gauntlets. All right.
Okay,
And then-
so obviously I'm going to gain plus 10 against this
Yeah.
attack. And I'm curious, you said he hit me with a claw?
Yeah, it's a claw. that
One,
he
one of
attacks
the,
with.
another ability I can choose is your opponent's weapon shatters against you.
Oh, yeah. So his claw.
So he just swings at me, and I just like upper hand palm just.
Yeah, so there's just dark, nasty fucking gore leaking out of the claw that's like shattered in parts, and it's just. And then it's it's gonna shove off this way. Is it 1, 2? Where does it stop?
That would depend on how many movements it's got, because it's already gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I think it's gonna stop right there. And it's gonna try and swing on Manus now. So he's gonna swing a claw at you. Wow, he's rolling like crap. That's a fucking 8. Yeah, no, he misses. He swings at you and whiffs
Swings with
Manus.
the hand he once had, and he realizes.
And seems
no, it ain't
distracted
there
by the
anymore.
pain.
My new divine armor from Phalos protects me.
Oh yeah. So he swings with the other claw, and like it doesn't. He just there's nothing in that one because it's just in pain. Jug, you're up. Top of the round.
Hell yeah. All right. Can I fling this thing at the mast right here?
The one we just fixed.
Yeah.
The one we just fixed.
I'll pick it up again.
Let's just throw it off the boat.
I could do that. I didn't know if we were trying to kill this thing or.
I mean, we can if you guys want to, but I figured we could just throw it off.
Are we absolutely trying to maim this thing, or do we just want it off the boat?
Do
Someone
we
give me an
wanna eat
answer.
it? It's like, I don't know.
Do we actually want to eat this thing? I need an answer.
Because he said like black tar came out of it.
It's like just like black, nasty, deep sea creature blood.
Now that
I
I'm
don't know.
covered in it, I kind of lost my appetite.
I still want to cook it.
Let's kill it then.
Okay. And I guess I'll fling it
Seafood hot pot.
at the
Alright.
mast.
Do the fling.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna kind of pissed. I got all that blood over me. 12 plus 9, 21.
21, definitely,
So
definitely works.
My fling 2d8 plus a d6 for my gauntlets.
Yeah.
So roll the d8 twice. 2 plus 4. That's 6 plus 2, 8. Damn.
All right. Yeah.
8 damage. 2 ignore armor.
How do you end the chul?
I guess I grab it by the other claw, fling it at the mast, and as it just completely shatters the back and just sticks to where we prepared it. We hear a sickening crunch, like ugh.
Yeah, how much damage does the mast take?
8.
How much damage could it take? Was more of my question.
It's fine. 82%. It's fine. It holds up. It definitely rattles. You hear some noises. You're definitely probably gonna get an earful from Kaitora, but it's holding. And you have more lunch. The chul is ended.
I think we can get in depth to cook this thing, right?
Only one way to find out, I guess.
All right. Well done. Well done. Very cool. All right. So now what?
I'm hungry.
Continue
Let's go
sailing?
finish eating. Damn it.
Yeah, let's eat.
Yeah.
Back down to the.
So you go. So you go down to Imdath and explain to him the chul situation and that it is to be cooked.
Can me, Voithos, and my bots have brought the tool down? Is that enough like manpower to bring it down?
You would have to open the grates on the ship, but you would, with help of some of the crew, yeah, you'd be able to bring it down. It'd be a bit of a chore, but in telling him death, he just like coming down into the mess, and he's like removing the board and like moving the pot back out, taking the clips off, and like unbracing everything. He turns and see you all come in. He's got like a hood on. Very clear that he's a dark elf though, and he sees you coming. He goes, "Ah, well, how did that go? Is everything all right?"
We have
We
crab.
brought you crab meat.
We have crab.
Crab meat?
We have.
What the hell are you talking about?
Just
Come
puts
have a
one of the
look.
giant claws on the
Okay.
table. Freaking.
I was about to say, can me
Cool.
and
I see.
bots
Cool
and
meat.
crewmen bring it by now?
I see. Is that a chul?
Think we
Quite
can cook it?
possibly.
Are they edible?
Are they edible?
I will make it edible.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like hell yeah.
I bust out the good wine.
And yeah, Imdath, while you guys go back up on deck and labor the rest of the day into some sailing, Imdath
We do not know
He,
where he gets his wine, but he
labors
has it.
away under the deck, de-poisoning and whatnot of the de-armoring of the Chul, and begins to. You get a lot of weird aromas, and then after a little while, closer into the evening, more dinner time, you start to get hungry, and then an actual pleasant smell begins to waft through the air of cooking, like lobster, crab, fish kind of smell, crustacean sort of smell begins to rise through the boards of the ship.
Through the day, I had a random thought.
What's that?
That is a big crab. That is a large piece of armor that you could
Mhm.
probably
I
put
was
over that
thinking
big
the
ass hole in the
exact
front of the
same
ship.
We could probably replace
It is
the wall
waterproof.
with,
And it's water.
like a aberrant chitin. That's perfect for ship armor.
Yep.
Could we do that?
If we were near land, I could just make ship armor out of gems.
Well,
and
we're
whatever
playing
the
with
hell I can
we're playing with interesting substances. That would be between Kaitora and probably Manus, to be honest.
I was about to say I would spend any amount of charge to help if I if I need to go talk to Kaitor about a side project.
I'm probably fixing.
So who goes
all
to
they're
her
doing
with this
for me.
idea?
I will if Manus will if we need to.
Okay.
Probably got
else
an earful
wants to.
from throwing the damn thing at
Actually,
the mast.
where's
I'm like
her,
standing by the mast trying to make sure it's fixed
Yeah, I'll
again.
take it then.
Man, you
She's-
better do it.
Her little workspace is actually pretty far underneath the ship. It's like one deck below the main cargo deck, and it's kind of cramped down there before you get up to like the bow section where the wall separates. And you actually see where like Jug's little boat still sits down there. No sustained damage, thankfully, from the battle, because this is one of the decks that still has guns before you hit the water line. But yeah, you go down there and she's sitting, in a chair next to her little bench, and she's just like sipping some kind of tea or something. She sees you come in. Oh, hi. What do you want?
I have some of the chitin with me, and I just kind of I set a small piece on the table, and I was like, "Do you think we could use this to patch the holes in the ship? It's watertight, light but strong."
Where did you get that? Was that what happened up there?
Yes,
Possibly.
it's also what is cooking in the kitchen if you can't smell it.
I do smell that. I was wondering. I thought he was experimenting with something,
He
which
is.
means he
In a
was.
way,
He definitely was. If I know Imdath well enough, he definitely was. Let's see if we can't whip something up. I don't know. I've never used. What is that?
Chul chitin.
Chul. I've never used Chul to repair a ship before, but this will be an experience I'm interested to try.
I put my gauntlet up. I kind of power my gauntlet up to help put stuff together, and I'm like, as am I.
She pulls on like a tool vest and like ties her hair up and stuff, and then she grabs a little toolbox of like some various hammers and nails and things, and she begins. I don't know what I'll need for this, so let's go find out, because I have no idea how this is going to go. I'm excited. I've never been excited about nailing boards into other boards. Of course, this is different, but let's see what happens.
I tell Voithos and the bots to grab my toolkit and the rest of the chitin, and to meet us up on the top. Meet us wherever we need to start them.
All right, I'll say. How do we want to do this?
You get back up top deck, you see me trying to just handle the mast.
Do I
Your
need
parent-
to spend a charge for this, or do I just?
I
need to
am
roll it?
working on
Hammer as
thought
fast as I
on
can.
how we want to work this out.
You're bear
So-
hugging it.
I'm
Push all the nails in.
Don't let her see. Fix it
I'm gonna
quickly.
make this. I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna make this a little bit of a skill challenge. I'm gonna do like. I'm gonna need like 2 successes, and you can choose to maybe do the same thing twice. Which on the second time I'll move the difficulty up slightly, just sort of tweaking the rules slightly to make this kind of interesting. Or actually, I'll say try 2 different things. the 2 successes total from trying multiple things to try and get this to work. What would you like to try first? It doesn't have to be like super in-depth or descriptive, but you know, just a loose thought.
My first thought was to spend a charge to use my gauntlet to like magnetically like rivet, to like magnetically punch rivets through the chitin into the boards to like rivet it in, so it's like watertight and sealed, and then like seal it with like some normal sealant or weld it or something like that.
Okay. Oh, just curious. Are we winding and watering while this is happening?
We would probably be on pause for the repair.
I was like, because it would just be really, it would be a little blustery and a bit splashy, but it wouldn't really make a whole lot of difference. Anyways, all right. So, punching.
Would you let me spend a charge to try and like magnetically rivet punch the chitin in, along with whatever Kaitora wanted to do?
I'll say yeah. She's just kind of building out some of the structure that's like still missing, still building some of the skeleton out. And she's finishing it out as you begin to start like preparing to rivet these things in, and she comes over and actually like holds it up and just kind of like leans back a little bit, like kind of repelled over the side of the ship, the two of you like doing this interesting work.
So
Let's
roll plus
do
intelligence?
yeah, let's roll plus intelligence, and I guess we'll just kind of consider this sort of a hack and slash, quote unquote.
It's a 7.
7 total.
Yeah, with
Okay.
modifiers I rolled a 3.
So it seems these nails are failing you, or aren't quite what you would really like. They're not. Maybe it's this set of nails or something about this that you can't get them to drive through the hide. What else would you like to do?
I guess I'll try and roll my heat cannon to see if I can punch holes through it like that. Like do a volley or another hack and slash. Just use my last charge for that.
Okay. There's also field test and jury rig, which could also achieve something close to that. But I leave the choice up to you. If you had any sort of
Let me see
preference.
if the rolls. Yeah, jury rig.
You want to do jury rig this time? Okay.
I want to use my jury rig to use the cannon to use my thermal cannon to punch holes in it.
Just make a giant nail gun. It's like,
Yeah.
what is that? What are you going to use that for?
Yeah, the idea to like melt holes into the chitin and then punch a rivet through before the chitin can like close up, so it's like is riveted to the ship.
Absolutely. So still holding up like the plates and stuff like that. Go ahead and roll plus intelligence again.
21. That is so much better.
Oh yeah, that's way better. Yeah, works like a charm. Working perfectly.
So yeah. So man, it's like he holds the rivet there like magnetically in between like his gauntlet, like where his hand, like in like his palm, and then he just like hits it with that thermal gun and it just punches a hole and punches it right through.
All right. One more success and it will be fully attached. What are you trying here? What's the next step?
I'm gonna attempt another jury rig.
Okay. And essentially, this is more of like the waterproofing and caulking stage to see if maybe if you can get it watertight. This is essentially just making sure that everything is tight as can be now that it's being attached to the ship properly.
I'm gonna jury rig and use my thermal cannon to help with the water with the water process. I'm
Okay.
gonna heat up the chitin to make it kind of malleable to see if it'll like kind of heat and adhere to the rest of the boat.
Okay. Go ahead and roll
So,
plus
plus
intelligence.
intelligence again?
Yep.
20. Oh, nat
Absolutely,
20.
yeah. Works out. Works out great. Works like a charm.
checks
Way
out.
better than you thought it would have. The nails kind of worried you at first, but now you're yeah, you got it. You know what you're doing. You got this down to a number. Hell, you could probably write this down and do it again sometime if you ever came across another tool.
Oh no, yeah, this is Manus is definitely not forgetting this.
All right.
First person to fix a ship with crab.
I was about to say. We ate it and then we fixed the boat with it.
This would be the first time.
I just-
I don't think anyone's ever said these words, so I'm going to go ahead and say them. It's one of those statements. You fixed a ship with a crab.
It's
one of those-
to sea.
One of those
It increased
things that I'm
the
pretty
health
sure no
of
one's
armor.
ever said that. Okay. Ship is pretty well patched up on the front, and she's kind of like impressed. She's like, "Where did you get the idea for that? That's pretty cool. I never thought of that." And she's like, pulls out a little notepad, and she's like, "I'm gonna have to remember that. That's quite interesting."
Well,
It's like, "I like you, Manus."
it's good to be in the company of builders as well, Kaitora.
And she goes, "I'm gonna go and I'm gonna drink my tea, which is now cold." That was cool.
Somebody
I like
knocked on my
that.
door. I have no idea who it is.
I will hold. How much more time do we have, Sharp?
About 20 minutes.
Okay, we'll keep going then. We'll go pretty close. Might as well. Okay.
Alright, yeah, well, I'm done. So yeah, Manus just makes his way back to the, he goes back to the kitchen to talk about how he just, he fixed the boat with the crab pieces.
Absolutely.
Pizza guy got the wrong house.
All right, so that's done. Okay. Following and tracking. This would be what? What are we on? Day 2, sort of.
2 after leaving, I think.
2 after leaving. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. 2 after leaving that battle. So yeah, go ahead and pick. I'll say go ahead and do another 5 squares. Whoever wants to. On the big map here.
Steer
Okay.
away.
Everybody happy with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Who wants to roll?
My
I'm
roll's
not
been pretty
rolling.
good. Mine might have been pretty good, so I'll give it a crack. Why not? Come on, so hope it ain't in that one. You've got to be shitting me.
Did you get in that one?
That one.
No.
Damn it.
No.
That's
What
impossible.
can I say except, oops?
I'm sorry.
What can I say except, God damn it. I just screwed us over.
I just fixed the boat.
We just fixed, yeah. Oh.
I literally just said, "Hey, how much time do we have left?" And you roll a fucking nat 1 on an encounter roll.
Kaitora, get the pine bar. We gotta fix,
Hit
we're gonna have to fix the boat again.
Hate the player, don't hate the PC. That's what I say. Jug had
Oh,
nothing to
right.
do with this. This was my...
I'm gonna say the
Leave it
words.
be.
Roll a d6.
Okay.
Oh.
What if this is a 1-2? It'd be pretty fucking bad. 6.
I think you wanted low on that one.
I don't know. The big
Look at his
number mean
face.
good.
Okay. 6.
Spend 20 minutes explaining this encounter and then we just get off.
So, Lex, Revian, most of the day goes by pretty cleanly, and we get into the latter part of the day. The sun's trying to hit the horizon and go down. I do have to ask, how much mana are we spending? I should have asked this before the encounter roll, which is, you know, whatever. How much mana are we spending? And Lex, I think yours is just a roll, really. We'll see how interesting it is.
Just an average D20 roll?
Yep, D20 plus your mastery, elemental mastery, essentially. And then I'll
Probably
say
spent about 4.
17.
I'll say Revian also roll, but also, you know, of course, tell me how many you're going to spend if you succeed. I'll determine the level of success moving forward here.
I got a dirty 20.
Okay, yeah. And you're how much?
Probably 4.
4? Okay. Yeah, so the day goes by, spending mana, regaining mana, moving the ship, moving the water, moving the air. Manipulation of the elements is happening. I'll say you go to start taking a break, Revian, from pushing the wind into the sails and things, and you kind of go down on your into a sort of kneeling, sort of meditation on your knees sort of thing. And you feel the boat kind of lurch kind of to one side slightly.
I am immediately looking over the side from up top to see what's going on.
All right. Whoops, that's too exciting. Hang on.
Dun.
As soon as I heard the music, I was just like, son of a bitch. I fucked up.
I immediately thought,
I'm sorry, guys.
In the world.
I goofed up. Sorry.
Okay. So you're looking over the side?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a discern realities. Add your wisdom.
why does it sound like we just crossed into Mordor?
Wisdom's +4. I got 12.
12 total. Ask me one
Yeah.
question from the list.
Oh, let me go to the list real quick. I got it right here.
On the list.
What is about to happen?
That's the
I
one.
was about to say.
The most relevant one to us right now.
What is about to happen? How to answer this question?
About to get messed up.
Roll spout lore. Plus intelligence.
Oh, that one turned out quite a bit better. I got 22.
In your time on the water, you've heard, of course, and even people on land hear about something like this. One of the grand creatures from the depths of the
Better
plane
not
of
be a
water.
kraken.
Damn it, Colton.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
These creatures tend to make movements like that. You feel it at first, but only if you're really paying attention. And it strikes sudden, fast, swift. Or at least that's what the little voice in the back of your head is screaming at you. How do you act upon this feeling crossing over into your conscious mind?
All hands ready. We're about to have a shitstorm.
What's
Something's
going
coming.
on?
I don't know what it is.
Do I want
Jug.
to know what it is?
Jug and Lex, you feel the ship lurch in the opposite direction. You guys actually feel this time. The ship kind of lurches as you see this sort of shadow passes from off of the bow under the ship and then back aft. And
Jug,
it just
get
kind of
ready, we gotta
disappears in the
kill something
distance
else.
again. Okay, and then the crew's getting upset. Now that you've told them about it, the captain's calling out orders. Lemig is going around helping the crew and giving out orders himself as well.
Please don't tell me it smells the crab.
Ours.
we,
We're praying we've attached it to the ship. Damn it!
we might have messed up in that order. I didn't think about how a Kraken would enjoy crab as a nice little snack.
First, yeah.
What are we doing?
Preparing for war.
I activate
Speed
my
the
gauntlets.
object looked. I didn't think. I doubt adding wind to the sail would help.
Unless, yeah, well, if we can move faster than that, if we can haul us out of here faster than that thing can move, we'd be fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Can we get out of here? Or do we need to just hunker down?
How fast was the shadow moving?
Pretty fast.
Alright, well,
Sacrifice the possum to it, and maybe it'll leave us alone.
You just possum overboard!
I guess. Do we have anything that we could throw out as like bait, like some raw or like some like rotten meat? Throw out to the side, see if it'll like go towards us to at least see what it is.
I doubt we finished all of that crab. That was a big crab.
That's what I'm saying. Some kind of like meat that we're not gonna eat, like something that's like rotten or that isn't cooked yet or something like that. Something to like lure it to one side of the ship, and maybe we can either get a good look at it or just lay into it the minute it comes to reaches the surface.
Did I see if the wind has any information for me?
Good idea. Yeah.
Panic, run, death, run.
Fuck it. I'm throwing some wind in the sails.
Go ahead and roll it up.
Sounds good.
Anybody else?
13.
13, absolutely. Works a charm, mark the mana. You know the deal.
Yep.
Anybody else doing anything?
I'm not sure what I could be doing.
I was gonna say, I got a bit distracted because a certain somebody's having a GIF war with me.
All right,
Is
yeah.
there any way I can use any of my gadgets to make the ship move faster?
What do you think? What do you got in mind?
My gauntlet has like magnetic powers. I don't know if there's any way that I could like make this ship move any faster in that regard. Or water.
I don't know if there's enough of the ship underneath or in the core of it made of metal enough that would help.
What if I shot my heat ray behind us into the water and made the water bubble up behind the ship and like
Oh.
like a heat jet maybe? Like if I just stood at the back of the ship and just started with like firing it like with a jury rig.
Turbo
How
thruster.
well that works? Yeah, like a like a jet thruster almost.
Interesting. Okay. This would probably be. I'm thinking.
Would it be
Probably
jury
a-
rig or
yeah, I was gonna say probably a jury rig.
Alright,
Because this is a fabricate and repurpose.
Yeah, because I'm turning a cannon. Yeah, I'm gonna like. The idea is like turning down the like destructive power and just like turning up like the push. Alright. Alright, that's a success. That's a 24.
24, absolutely. So, yeah, it'll hold together as long as you need to, as the move says.
So yeah, I'll
And,
just hang out at the back of the ship and just be our jet thruster till told otherwise.
How do you want to attach this?
Can I just I have my gauntlet. I just have it grab the back. Here, hold on. I'll light it up on the board.
Okay.
Oh,
Here,
we're
I'll
still on the big
pull the
map,
boat
so-
up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, I'll pull the boat up. There we go.
Here's my piece. There it is. move.
And I'm probably doing wind over here.
I'm gonna be right here for when, if it is a kraken, if a just tentacle goes up anywhere over the boat, I'm in the middle, so I can run over there.
I walk up to the back here, and I put my gauntlet down on the railing, and then I pull my hand out, and then I fiddle with it a little bit, and then the cannon just fires out like a jet turbine engine behind the ship, like propel it. Like this gigantic blast that's way bigger than when it's like a concentrated beam when I'm trying to attack with it. It's just like pure heat and pure like movement.
Okay, so this intense friction and sound of heat and buildup begins at the rear of the ship. And the ship already moving pretty fast from Revian putting wind in the sails. And the crew is concerned, and the captain is obviously concerned. Manus goes back and sets this up, and the ship begins to move pretty fast.
I think it would be wise to throw some bait off the side, see if we can distract them.
I'll say, you guys have given me some pretty high rolls. We'll make this a little bit of like a chase, all right? Does anybody else have anything that they want to do to try and speed the ship up?
Come on, Lex, where's your water?
I could do the water thing. Let me
Okay.
over there.
Go ahead and roll mastery. Let's see if we can do it.
That is a natural 18.
Absolutely. 2 and under, 3 and 1.
That's 24.
Are you just moving the water like before?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I
So
take
the
no
ship
damage,
is.
so I do not need modifiers.
It's really moving. It's really
It's
going.
really moving.
It's going. You've even got this sort of like wave coming up behind the back of the ship that as you're controlling it, as Lex is moving the water about, he's moving it forward and keeping a wave up a little bit so that Manus, your beam is able to hit the water and cause a bit more of thrust and actually move the ship faster.
Steam propulsion.
Yeah,
Exactly.
That's what I was thinking. Steam propulsion is how
Exactly.
I was thinking. It was like moving it.
So yeah, the wind, the water, that's just like such a noise of movement and wind going on. And there's a lot going on. Okay. Let's get into this as its own sort of let's see. I know what I'll do. I know how I'm gonna do this.
What's the normal movement for our ship?
It's
Normal.
unspecified, but about 9 miles an hour is like the base speed. You guys have been moving at like the last couple days with Lex helping you. You've been moving at like 15 plus, even faster probably.
Now we're going probably
with
about 20 or more.
Yeah, you guys are really moving fast, like really going. It's a little bit uncomfortable. You guys are definitely having to hold
wheelie?
ropes.
I
A couple-
told you by the
couple
end
of
of this
times.
campaign I was going to strap a jet engine to the back of this
Oh
ship.
yeah, it's gonna be fucking monstrous. This shit. All right, let's see.
If it had wings, we would already taken off.
Oh, give me time. I can make it happen.
All right, so let's see. That's
I think I can add an extra mile per hour if I got in the water, pushing the boat, swimming,
Nice.
using my little leggies.
all right. Somebody using one of your spells, skills, or jury rig, or whatever's going on. Somebody designate yourself to roll plus that modifier again.
The one I used originally?
Whoever wants to go.
To intelligence.
You go ahead. I only have a +5 for intelligence.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
20.
20. All right. I will say, looking out, you see far off the starboard and kind of hooking back around behind the ship somewhere. You see that big shadow under the water move very swiftly as the ship is really, really moving. All right.
He summoned a megalodon, didn't he?
Everybody brace.
Next person. Who else? Who would like to roll plus your modifier between the other two moving the ship around? Who wants to roll again?
Screw it, I'll roll.
Okay.
I know. I love how I made the roll that messed us up or this bad, and yet I can't help move us any faster. I'm just when shit
It's
hits the
a nat
fan,
20.
that's when I'll be useful.
Natural
A
20.
nat 20.
So 25.
Okay.
Nice.
Absolutely
Can I just say
25.
that Manus takes like the wheel, or like he's like basically steering it with his gauntlet, like you steer like a boat with a handle, like the handles on the motor.
Oh
His
yeah.
beam is the rudder.
Yeah, he's steering it like the beam is the rudder, and he sees the shadow. He's like, oh, we're getting the hell out of here.
Kind of like setting up a acetylene torch, and you get that sweet spot that you're supposed to use in order to cut stuff.
Yeah.
You get kind of that spot with the heat cannon, and it kind of goes from like a flat kind of spready, trying to adjust it and figure it out, going between several different beam shapes. You settle on one. Granted, keep in mind there are no jet engines in this world; they haven't been invented yet.
Yeah.
Like
The jet engine.
it just was, because you find that spot where the beam closes in to a point, and you find that point of maximum thrust. Doing all the math in your head as an engineer, working this out, just like snapping off the math really quickly, it's all coming together. And it's like, that's it, there it is. And you find it, and you find that little, it hits that point, and that perfect amount of thrust, and the ship is moving. This ship, aside from when you attach a jet engine to it, in all of its days, it's never moved this fast, and it never will until that happens again.
This is like when Newton discovered like the fucking theory on gravity, but this is just a priest discovering extreme thermodynamics.
Oh my
Nuclear
gosh.
fusion.
You have
I
evaded
tell everyone-
some
Right,
Leviathan under the sea with that natural 20.
right before we take off, right before I hit that sweet spot, I tell everyone just to hold on.
I've been
Got it.
using the wind to keep me upright as well as push the sails.
Absolutely. We give a little bit of the drums as the ship is just fucking, like, just hauling ass. All right, yeah, you've managed to get out of that, and you guys are moving like fucking crazy.
Can I just keep doing that with can I just keep doing the jet engine thing now? Since I've just discovered that?
Pretty much, yeah. You just like hold that for a while.
There is some
I'll
kind
spend
of
a charge to
Yes.
keep it over
I was
the
a-
course of like a day if you want me to.
How many blocks are we moving the ship this time?
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing.
We are going 5. We have dramatically sped up.
Yep.
Let's
Go back in
let's
time.
switch maps.
You guys should thank me for this encounter. We just discovered something
We
incredible.
just reached Mach 5 on the ocean.
I just turned my glove into a jet engine.
That wouldn't have happened otherwise. I did not have to panic.
I know, this is beautiful.
Jug's just chilling, drinking some wine.
I'm ready to fight. I've got this.
I'll lay him down.
I am that. I'm over here.
Thinking. Well, I'm trying to decide if I want to do 7 or if I want to do 6. Don't know. Because that's, I mean, you rolled a nat 20. He rolled a 24 on the wind. 7. It's 7. Do 7.
Lead us to 7.
I think it's that.
Pointer in that direction.
Like, you have traveled.
That's 7.
Entire island.
You just traveled. God, how far would that be? I don't even know.
We've gone around an island in 2 days. 3 days.
A pretty big one, too. Hang on, I will tell you how far you just traveled.
Oh, your measurement.
Mm-hmm.
That's like almost 400 miles, ain't it?
That has to be a nautical record.
Yeah, it's like between 300 and 400 miles that you guys traveled in one day. You have like quadrupled the travel speed of this boat.
We're gonna have to turn around to catch the pirate ship that we're chasing. We passed
See, at the start of the
way
next
back.
session, my first thing is, hey, wind, where are they at now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
that's,
beside
Miles in front.
I don't know.
We'll pick up
I
there
don't speak
next
wind.
time. Yeah, we'll pick up there next time. Let me.
Speak with them.